Alright, let's dive into the magical world of preschool and nail that "tell me about yourself" question. If the thought of that first interview has you feeling a little nervous, don't worry, I've got your back. We're about to transform that answer into a captivating story that will make you unforgettable. Imagine this: you're sitting across from the preschool director, and they ask you to tell them about yourself. This is your chance to shine, to show them why you're not just qualified, but absolutely perfect for their preschool family. So, let's ditch the boring resume talk and dive into what truly makes you tick. Picture this: you sharing a heartwarming anecdote about volunteering at a summer camp in Mexico, where your passion for working with children first ignited. Or maybe it was a beloved teacher from your childhood in Germany who inspired you to give back. Whatever it is, let your passion for early childhood education radiate through your words. But don't stop there. Think about those amazing skills you bring to the table. Are you a whiz at wrangling art supplies, a pro at calming tearful toddlers, or a natural at creating silly songs on the fly? Share those unique talents and show them you're ready to handle the beautiful chaos of a preschool classroom. And here's the secret sauce: connect your skills to the heart of preschool life. Share your love for reading aloud, your excitement for messy finger painting, or your unwavering belief in the power of play. Show them you understand the unique world of preschoolers and are eager to be a part of it. So, are you ready to knock their socks off with your "tell me about yourself" answer? Buckle up, because we're about to explore 10 powerful strategies, plus a few curveball scenarios that will have you feeling confident and prepared. Let's make this interview your time to shine. Tip number 1. The spark that ignited your passion. Alright, let's get personal. Tip number 1 is all about showing them the spark that ignited your passion for early childhood education. Forget about generic phrases like "I've always loved kids" and dig deeper into what makes you truly unique. Maybe you realized your superpower level patience while babysitting for a rambunctious family in Italy. Or perhaps it was that transformative volunteer experience at a community center in India that opened your eyes to the incredible impact you could have on young minds. Share that specific moment, that turning point, when you knew with absolute certainty that this was your path. Now, let's talk about cultural considerations. If you're interviewing at a school where storytelling is cherished, like in many Middle Eastern or Latin American cultures, weaving a personal anecdote into your answer can be incredibly powerful. Let your story transport them to that defining moment, and they'll be captivated. On the other hand, if you're interviewing in a culture that values a more fact-based approach, like in some East Asian countries, consider connecting your passion to respected educational philosophies or research on early childhood development. Show them you've done your homework and have a solid understanding of the field. Tip number 2. Skills that make you shine. Moving on to tip number 2. Skills that make you shine. Instead of simply listing your strengths, let's make them come alive with real-world examples. Don't just say you're creative. Show them how you can turn a pile of cardboard boxes into an epic pirate ship for playtime, just like you did at that summer camp in Australia. Remember, actions speak louder than words, especially in certain cultures. Instead of making bold claims about your patience, share a heartwarming story about how you gently helped a frustrated child during your preschool internship in Spain. Let your actions speak for themselves. And for those cultures that value humility, don't be afraid to balance your enthusiasm with a touch of modesty. Instead of declaring yourself an expert, talk about how you're constantly working on improving your classroom management skills, for example. This shows that you're not only passionate, but also committed to growing as an educator. Tip number 3. Connect the dots. Alright, let's get strategic with tip number 3. Connecting the dots. This is where your research skills come into play. Have they mentioned a specific approach or focus on their website or social media? Perhaps they have a renowned bilingual program, a strong emphasis on play-based learning, or a dedication to outdoor education. Show your genuine interest by mentioning what piqued your curiosity. Bonus points if you can weave in a relevant experience from your travels or studies abroad. For example, you could say, "I was so excited to see your emphasis on creative movement activities. During my volunteer work at a preschool in Kenya, I witnessed firsthand how dance can empower children's self-expression, and I'm eager to learn more about your unique approach." This demonstrates your initiative, passion, and global perspective. all qualities that are highly valued in the diverse world of early childhood education. After all, who wouldn't want a preschool teacher who brings a rich tapestry of experiences and insights to the classroom? Now, let's dive into the cultural nuances. If you're interviewing in an individualistic culture, like the US or Western Europe, highlighting your proactive research and aligning your interests with their philosophy can be very effective. It shows that you're independent, motivated, and eager to contribute to their specific mission. However, if you're interviewing in a collectivist culture, like many Asian or Latin American communities, it's important to emphasize shared values and goals. Talk about how your own beliefs and values align with the preschool's mission, and how you're eager to work collaboratively to create a harmonious learning environment for all children. Remember, this is your chance to show them you're not just any candidate. You're the candidate who took the time to understand their unique approach and is genuinely excited to be a part of their team. Tip number 4. Think outside the classroom. Alright, let's break free from the traditional classroom setting and explore tip number 4. Thinking outside the box when it comes to your experience. Don't sweat it if you haven't landed that official teaching position just yet. There are countless ways to demonstrate your passion and knack for working with children. Maybe you spent your summers as a camp counselor in Canada, leading energetic kids through thrilling outdoor adventures. Perhaps you were a scout troop leader in Australia, inspiring teamwork and resilience in young minds. Or maybe you coached a youth soccer team in Brazil, fostering a love for physical activity and sportsmanship. But it doesn't stop there. Even experiences like babysitting for your neighbors in Japan, volunteering at the local library in France, or leading a youth group at your church in Nigeria can speak volumes about your initiative and love for working with little ones. No matter what your experience, focus on the valuable skills you've acquired along the way. Share how those experiences have taught you patience, leadership, communication, and the art of engaging children in fun and meaningful activities. Show them that you're not just a resume, but a passionate individual with a diverse skill set that's ready to make a positive impact on their preschool community. Now, let's dive into the cultural nuances. In some cultures, like in many Asian countries, a proven track record in a classroom might be highly valued. In that case, focus on showcasing any relevant teaching experience, even if it was through tutoring or volunteering. However, in other cultures, like in some parts of Europe and the US, your enthusiasm for learning and your transferable skills might be equally important. Share your experiences with confidence and excitement, highlighting how they've shaped you into the passionate and skilled individual you are today. And if the school or wider culture emphasizes community involvement, don't forget to mention your volunteer work with children. Whether it was organizing a neighborhood playgroup in South Africa or helping out at a children's hospital in Mexico, these experiences demonstrate your commitment to making a difference in the lives of young people. Remember, this is your chance to show them that you're not just a candidate with potential, but a candidate with a proven passion and a diverse range of skills that will make you an invaluable asset to their preschool team. Tip number 5. Embrace your quirks with a filter. Alright, let's spice things up with tip number 5. Embracing your quirks, but with a filter, of course. This is your chance to showcase your unique personality and what sets you apart as an educator. If the preschool seems to encourage creativity and spontaneity, like many Montessori schools, Italy, or Reggio Emilia-inspired programs in Sweden, feel free to share a harmless, goofy side of yourself. Perhaps you're a dinosaur enthusiast who can't resist breaking into educational T-Rex-themed songs with your students. Or maybe you have a secret talent for crafting animal puppets out of recycled materials. Let your personality shine through. On the other hand, if the school appears to have a more structured, traditional atmosphere, like many Waldorf schools in Germany or some private preschools in Japan, keep your quirkiness slightly more professional, but still engaging. You could share how your inner event planner comes out in the classroom, creating themed learning weeks filled with costumes, art projects, and books all about ocean life. Remember, the key is to find a balance that feels authentic and aligns with the school's culture. Now, let's talk about cultural considerations. In some cultures, like in Scandinavian countries, playfulness and a childlike approach to learning are highly valued. In those cases, your inner goofball could be a huge asset, showing your ability to connect with children on their level. However, in other cultures, like in some East Asian countries, a more reserved and formal approach might be preferred. While it's still important to showcase your unique personality, it's best to tone down the overly enthusiastic quirkiness and focus on your professional strengths and experiences. Ultimately, the goal is to show them that you're not just a qualified teacher, but a passionate individual with a unique personality that will create a vibrant and engaging learning environment for their students. Tip number 6. Short and sweet. Alright, let's keep it concise with tip number 6. Short and sweet. We want to give the interviewer a well-rounded picture of you, but without overwhelming them with a monologue. Aim for a focused response that clocks in at around 2 to 3 minutes. This gives you ample time to showcase your passion, skills, and experiences without losing their attention. Practice makes perfect, so grab a friend or family member and rehearse your answer out loud. Set a timer and see if you can naturally hit that sweet spot. Trust me, they'll appreciate your ability to communicate effectively and efficiently. Now, let's talk about cultural considerations. In some cultures, like in many Mediterranean countries, a slower, more relaxed pace of conversation is the norm. Feel free to add a bit more detail and elaboration as long as you're still staying within that 2 to 3 minute time frame. However, in cultures where punctuality and efficiency are highly valued, like in many Western European countries, a lengthy answer might not be as well received, even if the content is excellent. So, be mindful of your pacing and strive for a concise and impactful response. Remember, the goal is to leave a lasting impression with your words, not by overwhelming them with an endless stream of information. Keep it short, sweet, and focused, and you'll leave them wanting more. Tip number 7. Don't be a bore. Alright, let's spice things up and banish the boredom with tip number 7. Don't be a snooze fest. This is your chance to paint a vibrant picture of yourself that goes way beyond the bullet points on your resume. Remember, that piece of paper can't capture your infectious enthusiasm, your playful personality, or that inspiring moment during your internship in Argentina that solidified your passion for early childhood education. So, tell them a story, share that unforgettable experience when a child's face lit up with understanding during a science experiment you led at a summer camp in Australia. Or recount the time you created an epic pillow fort for nap time at a daycare center in South Korea, sparking endless laughter and imagination. Let them see the magic you bring to the classroom. Now, let's avoid some potential pitfalls. First, steer clear of bad-mouthing past jobs. Even if you had a less than ideal experience, focus on the positive aspects of this new opportunity. You could say something like, "I'm so excited about the collaborative spirit here, and I can't wait to be part of a team that shares my passion for innovative teaching methods." Second, resist the urge to overshare. Keep the focus on your professional life and avoid delving into personal details that are irrelevant to the position. Your weekend plans, your quirky cat, or your latest Netflix binge can wait for another conversation. Finally, let's talk about cultural considerations. In some cultures, like in many Asian countries, maintaining group harmony and conforming to expectations are highly valued. So, overly critical comments about past experiences might not be well received. Instead, focus on the positive takeaways and how those experiences have shaped your growth as an educator. And in many cultures, like in Latin America and the Middle East, a relentlessly upbeat attitude is often appreciated. Instead of dwelling on challenges, talk about the resilience and adaptability you've gained from overcoming obstacles. Remember, this is your time to shine. Show them your unique spark, your passion for teaching, and the vibrant personality you'll bring to their preschool community. Be enthusiastic, be authentic, and most importantly, don't be a bore. Tip number 8. Spinning your past into preschool gold. Alright, let's get resourceful with tip number 8. Spinning your past into preschool gold. Don't worry if your work history doesn't scream crayons and Play-Doh. There are hidden gems within those experiences that can sparkle in a preschool setting. Even if your resume boasts a corporate office career, those skills you honed can be incredibly valuable in a classroom. For example, your communication expertise from that marketing job in London could translate into clearly explaining activities to young learners and their parents. The project management skills you developed while working on an international team in Singapore could help you coordinate seamless field trips and events. Or perhaps your negotiation skills from closing deals in New York City could come in handy when resolving conflicts between toddlers on the playground. Remember, every experience, no matter how seemingly unrelated, has taught you something valuable. Even those babysitting gigs in high school in Italy, where you learn to juggle nap times and snacks. Or your volunteer work at a community center in India, where you discovered the power of storytelling, can be relevant to your preschool teaching aspirations. Now, let's navigate those cultural considerations. In some cultures, like in the United States, career changes are often viewed as a sign of ambition and a willingness to pursue one's passion. So, don't be afraid to emphasize your enthusiasm for this new path and highlight how your unique background can bring a fresh perspective to the classroom. However, in other cultures, such as in many Asian countries, a linear career path and formal education in the field might be more valued. If that's the case, focus on showcasing your eagerness to learn, your ability to adapt quickly to new environments, and your commitment to ongoing professional development in early childhood education. The key is to reframe your past experiences in a way that highlights their relevance to the preschool setting. Show them that you're not just a career changer, but a passionate educator with a unique skill set that can enrich the lives of young children. Tip number 9. The perfectionist paradox. All right, let's tackle tip number 9, the perfectionist paradox. Now, a little self-awareness can go a long way in showing you're not only honest, but also reflective, which are essential qualities for a preschool teacher. Try something like this. My passion for creating engaging learning experiences sometimes leads me to overthink every little detail. But I've come to understand the importance of flexibility when working with young children. Sometimes, a perfect on-paper lesson needs to adapt to the energy in the room. And I'm constantly working on finding that sweet spot between preparation and adaptability. Sharing this kind of growth mindset weakness is relatable and demonstrates a willingness to learn and adjust, which is crucial in a classroom full of energetic preschoolers. It shows that you're not afraid to acknowledge areas where you can improve and are actively working towards becoming an even better teacher. Now, let's dive into the cultural nuances. In many Asian cultures, like in Japan or China, direct self-criticism might be seen as inappropriate or even boastful. Instead of using the word weakness, rephrase it as an area I'm constantly working to improve. This conveys the same message of self-awareness and growth while respecting cultural norms. On the other hand, in some Western cultures, particularly in Europe, a straightforward approach is often appreciated. Don't be afraid to own a minor, realistic weakness, such as struggling with technology at times, but always follow up by explaining how you're actively addressing the issue, whether it's by taking online courses or seeking help from colleagues. Remember, the goal isn't to present yourself as flawless, but as a self-aware and continually growing educator. By acknowledging areas where you can improve and demonstrating a commitment to learning, you'll show the interviewer that you're not only qualified but also dedicated to becoming the best preschool teacher you can be. Tip number 10. Show your future vision. All right, let's finish strong with tip number 10. Show your future vision. This is your chance to reiterate your genuine excitement about their specific preschool community and leave a lasting impression. Instead of a generic statement that could apply to any preschool, tailor your response to their unique values and mission. For example, if they emphasize nature-based learning, you could say, "I'm truly inspired by your commitment to nature-based learning. I'd be honored to join your team and create a classroom environment where all children can thrive and explore the wonders of the natural world." Or, if they have a strong focus on cultural diversity, you could mention, "I'm so impressed by your commitment to celebrating diverse cultures and traditions. I'm eager to contribute my own experiences and knowledge to create a truly inclusive learning environment for all children." Remember, this is your opportunity to show them that you've done your research, understand their values, and are genuinely excited about the prospect of joining their team. Now, let's consider the cultural context. In some cultures, like in Japan or South Korea, long-term commitment to a workplace is highly valued. If that's the case, you could express your desire to grow and develop within their school over time, demonstrating your loyalty and dedication. On the other hand, in some Western cultures, like in the US or Canada, a more enthusiastic and passionate approach might be appreciated. Feel free to express your excitement and eagerness to contribute to their preschool community, showcasing your energy and positive attitude. So, take a look at their website, their social media, and any interactions you've had with their team to gauge what level of enthusiasm feels appropriate. And remember, the key is to be genuine and sincere in your expression of interest. With these 10 tips in your back pocket, you're well on your way to nailing that "tell me about yourself" question and making a fantastic first impression. Now, go out there and shine. Alright, let's get ready to ace that "tell me about yourself" question and make a lasting impression. First things first, we need to do some self-reflection and brainstorming. Now, if you're interviewing with a preschool in another country, there are a few extra things to consider. Do your research on common early childhood education approaches in that region, and try to tailor your story to align with their cultural values. If you have any personal experiences or background that connects with their culture, be sure to highlight those as well. And if you can learn a few basic greetings or child-related phrases in their language, it shows initiative and respect for their culture. Remember, your enthusiasm is contagious. Even in a virtual interview, let your passion for teaching shine through. Smile genuinely, sit up tall, and show them how excited you are about this opportunity. Think of it like interacting with a group of preschoolers. Positive energy is key. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Enlist a friend, a former teacher, or anyone who can give you honest feedback to act as your interviewer. The more you practice out loud, the smoother your actual interview will be. And when the big day arrives, come prepared with thoughtful questions to ask them about their preschool. Inquire about professional development opportunities, their approach to handling challenging behaviors, or anything else that piqued your interest on their website. This shows them that you're not just there for a job, but that you're truly invested in their community. Most importantly, believe in yourself. You have a passion for shaping young minds, you possess valuable skills, and you have a unique story to tell. With these tips, you'll transform that "tell me about yourself" question into an opportunity to shine and show them why you're the perfect fit for their preschool. You've got this. So there you have it, future preschool superstars. With these 10 tips, you're ready to rock that "tell me about yourself" question and leave a lasting impression. Remember, this isn't just about landing a job. It's about finding the right preschool community where your passion for early childhood education can truly flourish. So, go out there and show them what you've got. Now, if you found this video helpful, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel for more awesome career advice, and share this video with your fellow aspiring preschool teachers. Let's build a global community of educators who are passionate about shaping young minds. And don't forget to leave a comment below sharing your own "tell me about yourself" success stories or any other tips you have for acing preschool interviews. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and remember, you've got this. Go out there and make those little learners' lives brighter.